Welcome to the Technology Innovation Series of SH Vision from Shunya Labs at the Rajagiri School of Engineering and Technology. In the last session, we have seen that drastic changes are on its way, and there are few technologies that will enable these drastic changes. And one of the major technologies which will create this kind of havoc is artificial intelligence. Let's try to understand artificial intelligence in this session. But before we go into the details of artificial intelligence, it actually deals with the very origins of computer science. Because first, the concept of artificial intelligence was proposed by Alan Turing. Alan Turing is considered as the father of computer science. There is an interesting story. It was during the World War II. The German U-boats, they came up with a secret code for communications. It is called Enigma. They got this box, the Enigma box, which is encrypted with a secret code. Through this particular machine, they were able to decipher the telegrams that has been sent from the headquarters. And this is how the German U-boats, they are the submarines, they used to communicate, and Germans were winning. And the Allied forces, which is headed by Great Britain, they were badly in need of deciphering this code so that they can win the war. And they set up a huge facility, and that was headed by a person. He is none other than Alan Turing. And the history says that finally they were able to decode Enigma, and finally the Allied forces, they won the war. But then Alan Turing got all the expertise in decoding or working with these secret codes, and finally he came up with this idea of Turing's machine. And Turing's machine is considered as the first theoretical prototype of a computer. But there is a side story along with this. I think whenever I talk about Alan Turing, I cannot avoid to say this. At the same time, in the other part of the spectrum, that is with the Germans, there was another researcher. His name is called Konrad Zuse. He was an independent researcher. He was no way associated with any military facilities. But he also thought about a mechanical machine, instrument for calculation. And he came up with his own machine. And that was also a prototype of a computer. And it all happened in 1936, exactly the same year. So I would say that Konrad Zuse as well as Alan Turing came up with the idea of a computer, a theoretical computer, almost in the same year, but without knowing each other, at the two different spectrum of the political scenario at that time, from Germany as well as from Great Britain. Now, let's come back to Alan Turing. Alan Turing proposed a paper. It was in 1950. And in that paper, he asked this question: whether machines could think. Whether machines could think at some stage of history. And that question became the foundation for artificial intelligence. And artificial intelligence, as we understand today, is a system. It's a system of computers which can react to events without real programming help. And artificial intelligence has evolved over the years, and now it has been transformed itself into machine learning, and recently into deep learning. And these technologies, they are going to create the havoc that we are predicting, which means most of the white collar jobs will be vanished, will be taken away by artificial intelligence. There are a few examples in the arena, like the lawyers. The jobs of the lawyers will be taken up by Watson. Watson is a supercomputer by IBM. They already offer services where the Watson can actually make the references. Watson can go through the piles of documentation in the legal domain and come up with answers for big legal firms, thereby cutting the need of actual lawyers within legal firms. And again, the teachers. We know that this is an era of MOOCs, massively open online courses. Maybe the talk that I'm giving itself is an example that how I'm going to disseminate information. It is through a digital platform. And they are going to take away the jobs of teachers. We are familiar with Byju's app. It has been it's been promoted by, or the CEO of Byju's app is Byju Ravindran. He is a Malayali. He is from, as far as I understand, he is from Kannur. And it is changing the way how students learn new subjects. And these are some of the applications of artificial intelligence. Now, we'll discuss artificial intelligence in a bit more detail in the next session.